If you don't have a seat at the table, you're likely to end up on the menu.
The RFS was a well-intended policy, but it's really been full of unintended consequences. The big problem has been the impact on food prices.
Everybody's fighting for something today. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. And in DC, money talks.
As you know, that political candidacy is not free. They must raise money in order to pay for television time, to pay for ad time, to pay for mailings, to pay for polling, to pay for all sorts of manner of things that it takes to get them reelected every 2 years or every 6 years.
A joint employer has a huge impact on the future of business ownership and entrepreneurship and opportunities for so many people. Franchising provides the American dream to so many people, and it would be a shame to harm it. That's why we need the Save Local Business Act.
Washington is very divided. We have to be very strategic and nuanced in our approach of dealing with both sides of the aisle and trying to accomplish the legislative goals for the AKFCF.
People in Washington are desperate for that honest voice from home.
And with the pact, we're able to get together as a group and push something forward that is great for all of the franchisees.
Typically the fly-ins are 2 days. Our first day we come in and we get briefings from a lot of different folks. Basically we're being updated on everything we need to know and given talking points to talk about to our members when we go visit them. We usually do a breakfast, lunch, and dinner fundraiser with a member of Congress. And we'll typically do about 4 or 5 or 6 congressional visits and on the Senate side as well.
We have 2 fly-ins. One is in the fall, which we're at right now. The other one is usually in the spring. And the one in the spring, we have what's called the Hill Reception. And at this Hill Reception, we feed the Hill with KFC. And it's very, very well received and very fun.
Yeah, a couple years ago we had Colonel Joey, and we took over 350 pictures of staff members and members of the House and Senate along with Colonel Joey. The #1 Halloween costume in DC following that was Colonel Sanders.
Really? I love it. Yoo-hoo.
At Path Forward, we're always looking to work with other individuals and highlight what your restaurant owners are doing, what the franchisees are doing. So for us to be able to work with you all, that gives us real material that we can then talk to members of Congress about, we can talk to members of the media about, and influencers in town about, conceptually. Then we actually have to get the real information and make sure it's getting to the right people.
The AKFCF is only one organization in DC, and it's really hard to create an entire legislative movement with just one entity. So we work with a lot of different coalitions and groups with like-minded thoughts and priorities to really get our job done.
Yeah, the coordination between YUM and AKFCF has never been better.
I had no idea, how valuable you guys were to the association until I came here and saw it in process. And I was deeply impressed with that and still have been, and I've been a part of you guys ever since.
I can't imagine anybody not getting involved in this because it's the things that we've been dealing with are great concerns for everybody.
There are 2 types of people in Washington, players and victims. Which do you want to be? By supporting a PAC like this and by being here personally when you can, you're putting forth the interest of your business, which is the interest of the American economy.
I love the interaction with franchisees. I love the fact that we bring people from all around the country who are leaders in their own communities and allow them to share their experiences and insights with policy leaders on both sides of the aisle so that members of Congress can better understand how government can complicate the lives for thousands, if not millions, of small businesses across the country.
I found that as you participate in this process and you meet with your representatives and your senators and your congressmen, that they listen to you.
This experience has been very, very educational for me, and how Washington works and how to approach people and how to get things done.
Pete Sessions and myself, Democrat and Republican, we work on things in a very bipartisan way. And this is what business should be looking at, is looking at bipartisan solutions. If you look at the bipartisan solutions, those are the ones that last longer.
We've got a great firm, Polaris, Dan Gans. They really do help us get the meetings and get in with the right people and with the right players. But I feel like we're making a difference because the members of Congress, they do want to hear from the constituents. They want to hear from real people. That's their voters. That's the people back home that help elect them and put them in office, and that's the people that they're making policy for. And they do want to hear from us.
Things move slowly in Washington, but we've been able to move things along at light speed.
What you can't see is all the different things that have been overturned already during this administration. It's not publicized, and a lot of it has been overturned. That's been good for the franchisees.
So we can't do it without you.
I am pleased not only to be with your KFC association and those franchisees that come, but really to push the brand of what you stand for. It's all American. It's all American. I grew up with the Colonel, and I will tell you, seeing the new Colonel on TV is a whole lot of fun. So I wish you not only great success, but would say to you, glad you're back.